Okay, so in this video, I want to show you a really basic strategy on how you can essentially get your first few referral partner meetings in the span of an hour. Okay, so let's say if you're just starting out and you don't have many referral partners and you've probably had your business for a little bit of time and things are going slow, this is a really easy and simple strategy that you can book up to 4 meetings within the span of an hour. Okay, so for context, this is what I used to do with financial advisors and accountants before I started out with my agency. So essentially, the very first thing that we need to do in order to make any sort of contact with anyone is we need leads. Okay. And by leads, I'm referring to people's details like names, numbers, email addresses in order to make that initial contact with them. Okay. So, in terms of where we can get those leads, there's a few different sources. One is you can do a Google search, and usually you can find people's details just on their Google business profile. So, like their mobile number, sometimes it'll be their landline, but a lot of the times you can find their mobile number. You can also look up directories. And so, by directories, if you're, let's say, a financial planner, there's like accountants directories. Like, for example, in Australia, you've got the CPA and the CA directories that have people's details on there. Or you can also find people's details off just doing a Google search or their Google business profile, or you can also find them on LinkedIn. Now, this strategy works best if you're just starting out, okay, and you don't really have a niche, you don't really know what your value proposition is. The safest thing to do is to go for people in your local area, okay, because that's going to be the easiest and you'll have the most relevance when you speak to people. And so these ones are going to work perfectly. So let's say if you're based in, it could be Sydney, it could be Chatswood, it could be anywhere in the world, you want to find people in your local area. So once we've got that, okay, then we need to draft up some sort of a message, okay, that's going to go to these people, right? And you might write this out on a script, or you might just have this on a sheet of paper, and it's going to be the reason why you're reaching out. And in most instances, when I've done this in the past with firms, you want to have a message in the lines of, hey, you know, my name's Alan. The reason I'm reaching out is that I found your details online. I saw that you're based locally as well. I'd love to catch up with you for a coffee and learn more about your business and see how we can work together. So something super easy and simple that makes sense for people. So there's a reason in the fact that you're local. You also um, found their details online, so it goes to show you put in some work, and you want to catch up for a coffee and learn more about their business and see how you can work together. Okay, this strategy alone will book you 4 meetings in the span of an hour. Okay, if you spend 1 hour doing this, okay, you've got your list, you've got your leads, you've got the details, you give them a call based on their mobile or their landline, you will book meetings. Okay, so that's a really easy and simple way. Now, in some instances, you might do this over a call, and I highly recommend you doing it to start with. But for some people, they just might not answer their phone. And so then what you want to do is you want to have a text message. In fact, this should be call. So you want to have a text message lined up so that you can send as a follow-up. And you can just simply copy and paste this. You can just have this on your notes, or you can have this written down somewhere, and you can do the exact same thing or very similar message. So same message, right, as a follow-up. And then what will happen is you'll get replies from this, and then people will call you, or they'll call you, or you'll call them, and then you can just have a really simple conversation. Then once you've got them on the phone, okay, I'm just going to go down here. Once you've got them on the phone or you've confirmed, you want to make it super easy for them in order to say yes. Okay, so you want to propose a time. So you want to say, okay, just checking, like, when's a good time for you? And you want to see when there's a good time. And it might be tomorrow, it might be that afternoon, it might be next week. And so you want to propose a and place, um, time and place when they're free, and get their confirmation that they're okay to do that so that they check their calendar. And then you want to instantly send them an invite, okay, there and then, okay, because you want them to accept the meeting. Because what will happen is a lot of the time people say, okay, yeah, no worries, send me an email and I'll come back to you. And they just never do. So you want to get confirmation of time and date and location, maybe a nice cafe or something like that. You send them a calendar invite. And when you're on the phone with them, you want to confirm that they've got the invite, and then you want them to accept. Okay, and that's going to mean the highest maximum, that's going to give you the maximum show rate. Okay, the maximum people that actually show up for the coffee or the meeting. There's a couple of other things that you can do as well. So for example, when you're sending the calendar invite, you can also set reminders on it as well. So for example, 24 hours before, 1 hour before, and 10 minutes before the meeting, I would highly recommend doing that as well. And also, just if you, let's say, just have their phone number or their mobile number, you want to get their email address as well so that you can send them that calendar invite. So super critical. So just coming back to the start, right? It all starts with getting leads, okay? Contact details. And you can just copy and paste this of a directory or of Google into a spreadsheet and have your lead lists. And you can find it of these locations. Then you want to have a message to be able to say on the phone, and then a message to say follow up via text as well. You want to have your calendar system in front of you so that you can confirm that time on the call when they're free, send them the meeting invite, and have them accept it on the call. Okay. And then preferably if you want to go one step further, you can put reminders on the call of 24 hours before, 1 minute before, and 10 minutes before. Okay. And then you go and have your meeting. Okay. And then you have a conversation. There's a couple more things that you can do as well, like when you're, let's say, reaching out to a particular group of people. Let's say if you're reaching out to an accountant and you're a financial advisor, you think, okay, what kind of people do accountants want to work with? Local area is good, but it might be your expertise, it might be accreditations, it might be a whole range of other stuff. So those are the things that you want to think about in your message. Now, I know this looks complicated now that I've just drawn this up for you, so feel free to rewatch it so it sinks in, the information sinks in. But note that no matter how much preparation you do, the first couple of calls that you do are going to suck because you'll be nervous and it's the first time you're doing it. But just with pure repetition, you will be able to, within a couple of days, excuse me, book a sufficient amount of meetings, okay? And you'll get to a point that you'll have exhausted everyone in your local area, and then you can broaden your reach. Okay, but this is a super easy, quick way and almost free. Like the only thing it might cost you is just a cup of coffee that you might buy for the other person. And also, when you're meeting with a person, you're going to spend an hour with them. So that's a really long time, okay? So really get to know someone and build a relationship. So that's how you can go book the meetings so far. In another video, what I'll show you is how to be able to nurture those relationships ongoing so that they can produce fruit for you and not just get stuck on this meeting. But I thought for those people, if you're stuck and you've just got nothing in the diary and you want to get some quick meetings in, you can just apply this strategy and it'll work a treat for you. Okay. And if you have any more questions as well, and you want to see how we do this for firms, by all means, there should be a link in the bio. You can book in a call with myself. You don't have to. It's absolutely fine. But it's there. Okay. I hope you have a fantastic day. I wish you all the success in the world, and I'll speak to you soon.